to score. I think 30 to 40% of their offense has got to come in transition.
Yeah, it makes sense. Some of the guys that you'll see off the bench, number 2, Grayson Grove. He's a redshirt freshman, 6'9" forward who has played a lot of minutes. And then Kai Shinholster, a freshman as well. They're playing a lot of freshmen, and they anticipate, they hope at least, that those guys are going to be back for the next few years. But it's still a banged-up Minnesota team. They're sitting at 11-14, 4-10 in conference action. They've lost back-to-back games, and that was after they kind of surprised Michigan State, Luke. I actually watched that game. 76-73 they won, and they defended well in that game and certainly hit threes, like we talked about, that being a key for them. But then they ended up losing on Sunday at home to Maryland, a team that's toward the basement of these Big Ten standings right along with Minnesota. So a little bit Jekyll and Hyde, which does tell me when the threes don't go in, when you defend them well, they have a hard time winning basketball games.
Well, experience is almost as equal to talent.
Yeah.
And that's where a freshman can come into a game, maybe not understand the gravity of the moment. I'm just happy to be out here, knock down 3 or 4 threes. But after a while, it's really hard to depend on your freshmen to carry the load of the season. And so that's why they've been up and down. They still have some good talent, but they only play 6 or 7 guys.
Right.
I really feel like Oregon getting out in transition could be a huge factor, but defending the 3, like we've mentioned, is a big key.
Well, and talking about some of the games they've lost, just to give you an idea, they lost to Stanford by 4 points in November. They lost to USC in overtime by 1 point. They lost to Wisconsin by 3, at Illinois by 10. They lost at Ohio State in overtime by 8. They lost to Nebraska by 21. That's kind of the outlier. But at Wisconsin, they lost 67-63. They lost by 2 points at Penn State. They lost by 5 points to Maryland. And Washington got them pretty good on the front end of this Pacific Northwest road trip for the Golden Gophers, a 12-point defeat. But the point I'm making is they lose a lot of one-possession games. I don't know that this is going to be one of those games, and unless Oregon does get out and run, they're probably going to be in this game, and it's going to be a low-scoring, close affair. That's at least based on Minnesota's schedule so far this season.
And that's just good coaching. I think a lot of times the measure of a coach is when they're coaching a really talented, great team, and then how do they motivate a young, injured, a team that's not doing so well. Both are difficult to navigate for different reasons, but Minnesota, like you said, has been in so many games. You can't overlook them. They have the ability to come in here and get this win, and it's a game that you hope Oregon can continue this win streak. I mean, feel good about last game, something to build on, start looking at that conference tournament and going, hey, maybe we can pick off a few teams and think positively going down the stretch.
Minnesota is 1-10 in its last 10 games. The one, though, was against Michigan State. You never know. You never know what can happen. I'm glad you brought up the Big Ten tournament because this could be a little bit of a preview of a couple teams that could meet in Chicago in the Big Ten tournament. And look, yeah, the Ducks record, the Golden Gophers record isn't what you want them to be. You still surprise some people here down the stretch, and that's what the Ducks are hoping for. We'll get a timeout here from Matthew 9 Arena and go back to our OSN studios where Ashley Gentry's got an update on some scores for you. I mentioned the Big Ten and a lot of moving and shaking around the Big Ten Conference. Ashley's got an update next as the Coors Light pregame show continues. Keep it here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Did you know that 77% of people navigating addiction are still showing up every single day, working jobs, raising families, and carrying responsibilities? Addiction touches families, friends, and neighbors, but so does recovery. And here's where you come in. You could be the turning point that helps someone rewrite their story. At Willamette Family, we believe hope grows when it's shared. One flock, one game, one family at a time. Hope is now. Just like the Ducks succeed through teamwork, recovery happens through support. Visit WFTS.org today to learn how you can help change lives. Willamette Family, proud partner of Oregon Athletics.
Hey, college hoops fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day spirit. From the couch to courtside, Evan Williams is with you for every tip-off and buzzer beater. Because we might be divided by the score, but we're united by the pour. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and make this extra-aged Kentucky bourbon a part of your game day tradition. Go Ducks! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey, Oregon, not every injury happens on the court. Car wrecks, hospital mistakes, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers and 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $30 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Injured? Just dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan, 10150 Southwest 6th Avenue, Portland. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Cases may be referred or co-counseled.
Hey, Taylor, Duck fans know game day is serious business, but I hear Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking has been building something serious for 45 years, too.
That's right, Jerry. For 45 years, Rick's has been crafting decks, fences, and patio covers that stand the test of Northwest weather and tailgate season.
So whether you're grilling before tip-off or cheering from your patio, Rick's has you covered.
Built right, built Rick's.
Now that's champion craftsmanship.
Celebrate 45 years of Northwest craftsmanship at ricksfencingeugene.com.
Welcome back to the Coors Light pregame show. Time for an update of scores from around the Big Ten and the nation. In the Oregon Sports Network studios, here's Ashley Gentry.
Good evening, everyone. Oregon back in action, looking to make it 2 in a row, coming off that win over Penn State, and now they are hosting Minnesota. Lots going on tonight across the Big Ten, top 25, some other things to catch up on across Oregon athletics. As for the rest of the Big Ten this evening, we've got one final score for you. Number one in the land, number one in the Big Ten. It's Michigan, and they get a 91-80 road win over number 7 Purdue. 3 games currently in action. Number 9 Nebraska on the road against Iowa. Nebraska trying to find some consistency. They're now 2-3 in their last 5 games. And they trail the Hawkeyes 36-34. So a tight one for you, about 15 and a half to go in the second half. UCLA, they're on the road against number 15, Michigan State. 3 minutes to go in the second half, and it is all Spartans, 80-54. Currently, again, just about 3 minutes left on the clock. 43 points in the first half for Michigan State. So far, 37 in the second. UCLA able to keep that scoring lower, but it looks like Michigan State is going to walk away with their 11th Big Ten win. Number 24, Wisconsin and Ohio State coming down to the end of this one. About 4.5 left on the game clock. Ohio State at home and has a 73-56 lead over 24th ranked Wisconsin. Badgers getting into the top 25 with their big win over number 10 Michigan State, who fell to number 15 after that loss. They did come into that game against Wisconsin as number 10, but Badgers looking like they might fall right back out of that top 25 spot if they can't pull this one back and take down the Buckeyes. And just one other game for you tonight inside the Big Ten. It's ours. Oregon hosting Minnesota coming up in just a bit, but over in the top 25, some other games to report for you. One upset on the table, NC State at home hosting number 16 North Carolina, an in-state rivalry. And the Wolfpack get the win in exciting fashion, 82-58, your final score. NC State handing North Carolina their 5th ACC loss, and now the Wolfpack ahead of the Tar Heels in conference standing. Then number 18, St. Louis, they get beat on the road by an unranked Rhode Island, 81-76. Number 21, Louisville, also falling tonight on the road to an unranked opponent, SMU, by 10, 95-85. The night of upsets for you here in the top 25. But number 22, Miami, Ohio, victorious over Massachusetts on the road, 86-77. Couple of games in progress, and they are all out of the Big Ten. Of course, Michigan State still leading UCLA 80-56. Ohio State leading number 24, Wisconsin 25-61, and Nebraska trailing Iowa 39-34. Just one other game for you in the top 25 tonight. It's Arizona State hosting number 13, Texas Tech, out of the Big 12 at Desert Financial Arena. That's all we've got going on for you on the court. Baseball and softball, Diamond Sports in action, in full swing, one might say. Softball, a 5-4 start. They're coming off the Cardinal Classic, going 3-1 in that series, just falling to the hometown team, number 3, Stanford. Baseball, they swept George Mason, though, 4-0 on the season for the Ducks. 45 total runs scored by Oregon in that 4-game matchup against George Mason. They'll be back in action with a 4 spread against Youngstown State. That's starting on Thursday at 3 o'clock right here at PK Park. That's all the time we have from here for now. We're going to get a timeout, get you back courtside for some more keys to this one. Coming up in just a bit, it's Minnesota taking on Oregon at Matthew Knight Arena. Back with more on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear Winter, Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. So you bring the action, and we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Since 1894, the rivalry between Oregon and Oregon State has grown to a fever pitch. The 2025-26 rivalry series is in full force, and the action between the Ducks and the Beavers will be exciting. Year after year, the student athletes, coaches, and schools take great pride in being part of one of the longest rivalry series in the nation. The University of Oregon would like to thank Pacific Source Health Plans, Albertson Safeway, Toyota, and First Interstate Bank as being the proud partners of this year's rivalry series.
Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes every moment cheering on your team even better. Plus, the mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when your beer is Rocky Mountain cold, so you never have to guess if your Coors Light is ready to drink. So, crack one open, take a sip, and enjoy the game. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly.
Hear that? Exactly. That's the sound of McDonald's Extra Value Meal. Sausage McMuffin with egg, hash brown, small hot coffee, and sweet golden silence. All for only $5. Price and participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Dear Winter, Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. So you bring the action, and we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Oregon getting ready to take on Minnesota here deep in the woods at Matthew Knight Arena. Ducks going through their final warm-ups. Gold Gophers going through their final conversation points as well. Hey, a media advisory just coming out. Ashley Gentry with some news and updates for you. Those of you tuning in, the Oregon baseball series against Youngstown State is going to have a couple game time changes. Thursday and Friday will now start at 2:05. And then Saturday and Sunday will be at 12:05, it appears, based on the new release from Oregon Baseball. Full schedule details on GoDucks.com. Keys to the game, Oregon, Minnesota, getting ready for this one. We've talked about a lot of them. Sum it up. What's going to take for a Duck win?
Well, I think at this point in the season, with both teams a little banged up coming into this game, the team that shows up and plays hard is going to win this basketball game. Come out, play hard. Oregon needs to play together. Minnesota is a small team. They should command the boards, limit them to one shot. I think Minnesota will probably run quite a bit of zone. Execute with the pass. Don't settle for early average shots. Get the shot that you want, and then you have to defend the three. Don't let Tyson or Asuma get going, Joey.
There we go. Keys to the game. Luke Jackson summed it up. Well, post-game, I'll ask you if the keys were accurate.
Sounds good.
We'll find out. Oregon and Minnesota coming up at Matthew Knight Arena. Tip-off next on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back through Venmo Stash, a new rewards program where the more you do, the more you get. Get your Venmo debit card today and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. No monthly fee, no minimum balance. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
Go Ducks! This is Oregon basketball from Learfield.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
I'm coming home to the place that I remember, back to the land of my first love. Would you spread wide your arms for this wayward son? I left my heart in
Talked to the guys over the years about, you judged how you handle adversity.
Distant, too strong, but Stewart follows with a jam. Evans steps back for a three. Oh, KJ Evans.
It's going to be tough. We just got to play as hard as we can.
Simpkins attacks. Simpkins, what a finish. Lynn trying to create three at the buzzer. Lynn is gone.
So here's their opportunity. We'll see how they handle that opportunity.
It's time for Duck Basketball on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield. Today's game is brought to you by Safeway, official grocery partner and tailgate headquarters of the Oregon Ducks. Les Schwab Tire Centers, proud supporter of Oregon basketball. McDonald's, the official breakfast of University of Oregon Athletics. Have your McDonald's favorites delivered right to your door with McDelivery. OCCU, home of the Duck debit card. Pepsi and Bigfoot beverages. Go Ducks. Drink Pepsi. Buy Coors Light. Choose chill. Proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com. By U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank is a proud sponsor of Oregon Athletics. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. And by Pacific Source Health Plans, with health coverage for individuals, families, and employers, and Medicare eligibles. Pacific Source is the local health plan that does what's right, not just what's required. Now let's go back to courtside. Here again, Joey Mack.
Thank you, and welcome back as we prepare for our national anthem.
Then please remain standing, remove your hats as we honor America. The singing of our national anthem performed tonight, Sergeant First Class Dwayne Reno. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great job, Sergeant First Class Dwayne Reno.
Well done on our national anthem here tonight as University of Oregon ROTC marches the flags from the floor here at Matthew Knight Arena. We're getting ready for our Safeway starting lineups. And our tip-off brought to you by our friends at U.S. Bank. Ducks hosting the Golden Gophers of Minnesota here this evening. Now let's meet the starters for Minnesota, coming in at 11-14, 4-10 in Big Ten play. Here's Don Essig.
At forward, 6'9", the freshman from Alexandria, Minnesota. Number 2, Grayson Grove. At forward, 6'7", junior from Darien, Illinois. Number 3, Bobby Durkin. At forward, 6'7", senior from Monroe, North Carolina. Number 10, Cade Tyson. At one guard, a 6'3", sophomore from Cherry, Minnesota. Number 1, Isaac Asama. And at guard, 6'4", senior from Denver. Number 6, Langston Reynolds. Head coach of the Gophers in his first season, Nico Medved.
The starting lineup brought to you by Safeway, the official grocer of the Oregon Ducks. A Minnesota grad from 1997, Nico Medved. First year here at Minnesota, as you heard Don mention. 13-year overall head coaching career, though. He's 233 and 186. And I think it's safe to say if they weren't banged up, they're probably above 500 this year.
Yeah, a lot of his losses are 10 points or less. He's kept them in almost every single game. Got that big win against Michigan State. So I think he's done a good job in his first year. It's always cool to see an alum get a shot coming back and coach. You know that means a lot to him coming back to Minnesota.
No doubt. I think the matchup here tonight will feature a lot of threes. And well, the Ducks are hoping to see a lot of threes go in like they did against Penn State. Back to Don Essig.
Team starters, your Oregon Ducks. At forward, 6'10", the junior from Baltimore. Number 10, Kwame Evans Jr. At forward, 6'9", the junior from Windermere, Florida. Number 13, Sean Stewart. The center, 7-foot senior from Central Point. Number 32, Nate Biddle. At one guard, a 6'4" senior from Brooklyn. Number 5, Takai Simpkins. And a point guard, 6'3" senior from Portland. Number 12, Drew Carter. Assistant coaches Mike Menega, Yazir Roseman, Brian Fish, Josh Jamison, Tony Stubblefield. Head coach, year 16, Dana Altman at our Oregon Ducks.
Starting lineup brought to you by Safeway, official grocery partner and tailgate headquarters of the Oregon Ducks. Closing in on our U.S. Bank tip-off. At U.S. Bank, they team together to support their customers and their communities. Stop by your local U.S. Bank branch today. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Ducks are in their home whites here this evening. Various, well, honestly, multiple colors of Nike shoes out there on the floor. Sean Stewart going with yellow. Nate Biddle going with yellow to go with the white and green jerseys with ducks across the chest. KJ Evans going with the white and green colorway. Takai Simpkins, white, green, and yellow. It's nice to be at Oregon where you have some options.
And it's good to see a healthy Nate Biddle out there jumping center for this Oregon Duck basketball team.
That's true. It will be Nate Biddle on the jump ball against the Golden Gophers in their road maroon with the golden yellow across the chest. The M logo on the side of their shorts, the Duck Head logo on the side of the Duck shorts here tonight. The crew this evening, Michael Irving, Kevin Brill, and Thomas Nunes. As we close in on tip-off, it's Biddle against Grove. Ball in the air, won by Grove, and we're underway at Matthew Knight Arena. And a whistle because the shot clock did not start. So the 1957 mark here in the first half. Shot clock will tick down a few seconds, maybe just 1 second, and then we'll get underway.
That was one of the worst thrown jump balls I've ever seen. Nathan Biddle rarely loses, and that was tilted towards Minnesota from the beginning.
Everyone's judged on how they handle adversity as the Ducks are charged with a kick ball on an entry pass into the middle of the lane on Minnesota looking for a backdoor cutter.
One of the things that Oregon does defensively a lot of times with Biddle in the pick and roll is he'll be in drop coverage.
Reynolds baseline out of bounds. In to the left corner, Cade Tyson, leading scorer, pulls up left mid-post, missed it as Simpkins defended him. Long rebound goes to Carter. Sean Stewart hits the deck, but Carter maintains the dribble. Now to Simpkins' right side, to Stewart, swing around to Evans. 30 seconds into the game, Stewart with it up top now. Drive, spins, middle of the lane, left-hand take, off the glass for two.
Nice spin to his left, finishing with the left hand. So explosive, got that ball high off the glass. Good finish for Stewart.
The offhand, the spin, the bucket. Oregon ahead 2-0. Minnesota ball. Osama running into the lane. He hits a floater. Isaac Osama, the sophomore, scores his first points, averages 11 a game.
Both teams playing man-to-man defense early in this game.
Stewart, pass to Simpkins. Comes around to the top. Thought about a three, passes it to Evans, left side. Evans dribbling. Dish to Biddle. Catch and shoot three. Nate Biddle a bit short from the top. Missed it. A little early in the shot clock, perhaps.
Maybe a little early. I think Oregon can get that shot just about any time.
Osama answers with a transition three. You talk about early in the shot clock. He wasted no time. It's 5-2 Minnesota. Carter now to Evans, left side. Evans to Carter up top. Dribbles down the right side. Backs it out from the short corner to the corner. Now swinging around to the left. Biddle inside with a pass to Stewart. Stewart, left side of the lane, muscles his way to the middle, misses with the right hand this time. Rebound, Minnesota's Tyson. 5-2, Minnesota leads. Reynolds passes to the top, Tyson, back to Reynolds. And Nate Biddle pokes the ball loose on a pass to Grove, deflects into the backcourt. Grove goes and grabs it near the right sideline. Minnesota resetting with 13 to shoot. Pass to the right side now, Tyson. Tyson to Grove up top. Big man swing to the left. Reynolds up top again. Catch by Durkin. Durkin around the screen. Stops right elbow. Steps to the basket. Underhand off the backboard. Gets it off the backboard himself. Can't score it. Goes out of bounds. A shot clock violation as Durkin tried to hold his own slam dunk contest.
Yeah, he tried to throw that pass off the backboard. Just couldn't quite elevate. One thing I think that's been interesting offensively for Oregon is they've attacked Cade Tyson twice, who's guarding Sean Stewart.
Lob to Biddle for the Ducks as we resume action. He catches and then touches it in for two. 5-4, Ducks within one.
It was really an errant short pass. Those long arms of Biddle able to corral that basketball and finish.
Minnesota ball now. Carter pokes it loose. Ducks deflect it. Ends up with Evans. Nice D around the perimeter. Now Evans runs the floor to the top of the key himself. Pass to Biddle. Ducks get into their half-court offense now. Looking to Carter left side. Carter to Simpkins. Swing around to the right corner. Evans. Evans dribbling against Durkin. Cross-court pass. Carter catch and shoot. Drew Carter misses the three. Last two times he's taken a three early in the game. He swished it. Missed that one just a bit short. Trying to answer. Minnesota. Quick transition three. Off the mark by Reynolds. Ducks have it the other way. Evans. Oregon down by one. Dish now to Carter. I said Reynolds. It was Durkin at the other end who took the three. Reynolds was shielding a defender. Now it's Stewart for the Ducks, spinning to the basket, muscling inside again, missed the take down the left side. Rebound Minnesota. Osama looks to run. Osama accounting for all 5 of Minnesota's early points. Grove up top for the Golden Gophers. Gophers dish inside, finishing Langston Reynolds on a hard cut to the basket. Pretty nice find.
Nice pass by Grove there on that backdoor cut. Kind of a late switch by Evans. Just lost his man.
7-4 Minnesota. Now Carter up top, pass to Evans, left side. Evans swing around to the right, and he passed it to the sideline off the LED boards. It ricochets right back to him. He kicks it like a soccer ball to the referee. That's turnover for Oregon, trailing by 3.
It's kind of been a surprisingly fast-paced game. A lot of early shots in the shot clock so far. Minnesota certainly not scared to push the tempo.
Pass ahead for Minnesota to Reynolds, down to the left corner, over to the left wing. Tyson airballs his 3 out of bounds. From the corner, Minnesota gave up the 3 to the left side. Tyson missed the triple and airball out of bounds. You don't see him miss many like that. A 39% shooter from downtown, and he didn't really have a hand in his face.
Well, I thought maybe KJ Evans was running that way. Maybe he saw him out of the corner of his eye, but it was really a good look for Minnesota. On balance, pretty wide open there.
Evans can change your shot with his footsteps. 15:52 to go in the first half. Minnesota 7, Oregon 4 here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
High-quality organic food should be available to everyone at a better value. That's why Safeway offers O Organics. Hundreds of USDA-certified organic products exclusively in our stores. From fruits and vegetables to chicken and olive oil and frozen treats to baby food, you'll find a huge selection of organic items for the whole family at Safeway. Food you feel good about eating and serving. Look for O Organics products throughout Safeway. O Organics. Organic for all.
Today, we're going to talk about deep breathing, something we all need to do more of, especially when you're getting ready to call your health plan and deal with one of those automated phone trees. You know how it feels to get into an endless phone loop when you just have a simple question that could take 2 minutes or less, and then pretty soon, you've lost your zen.
Shouldn't your health plan help you reduce stress? That's why you'll talk to a real person when you choose Pacific Source Health Plan.
Tranquility.
Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes every moment cheering on your team even better. Plus, the mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when your beer is Rocky Mountain cold. So you never have to guess if your Coors Light is ready to drink. So crack one open, take a sip, and enjoy the game. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly.
You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my head back and come on now.
Oregon basketball brought to you by Slocum Center. 59 years as the Ducks' official team doctors, and by Kohl's, from jerseys to hats and more fan favorites. Find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com today. Ducks with 3 home games left. Tonight against Minnesota, next Wednesday against Wisconsin, and then Saturday against Washington. Ducks are on the road at USC, at Northwestern, and at Illinois here coming up. 3 at home, 3 on the road. Chance to improve that seeding for the Big Ten tournament. Remember, this year, every team goes. All 8 teams are headed to Chicago.
You never know.
You never know.
That's why you got to play the game.
And I do think big advantage to not play Tuesday, the first day. If you can get out of the bottom 4, only have to start your play on Wednesday, that would help.
Minnesota comes out in a matchup zone out of the timeout.
Stewart to Simpkins now. Wayland's in the game. Evans with it. Back to Simpkins. Goes by a defender. Pulls up. Blocked by Durkin on the short corner jumper. Minnesota keeps it in bounds. Running the other way. Reynolds, scoop pass to Osama. He zips it inside on a bounce to Grayson Grove. Trying to go to work, covered up by Biddle. Back out to Osama. Osama up top, Grove. Grove, dish, Tyson trying to drive, kicks back out to the perimeter. Over to the right side now and to the middle of the lane. Durkin driving, pulls up, jumper good. Good motion by Minnesota. A lot of ball movement.
Yeah, and Grove is really just a decoy, which allows Nate Biddle to sit back in the paint. However, he's a great screener and a great passer. You can't overlook that.
9-4, Minnesota leading. Ducks get it to Evans. Extra pass to Simpkins. A 3 up, bounces, ricochets, offensive rebound. Stewart throws it to Lynn, left side. Lynn, now Evans. Evans dribbling, pass to Simpkins. Simpkins with 12 to shoot. Bounce inside to Evans, cutting to the basket. He's fouled and go to the line for a pair.
Good ball movement right there by Oregon. Being patient. They've taken a couple of maybe rushed early shots. A little patience. Get the shot that you want.
Ducks are 0 for their last 4. A scoring drought of 3 minutes. KJ Evans can change that at the line. Bounces it in.
How about that?
Good spin.
How about that rebound by Sean Stewart as he checks out of the game? He gets so high off the ground. He's a tremendous athlete.
9-5 now. 14:33 to play in the first half. Kai Shinholster's in for Minnesota, coming off the bench. Free throw is good. KJ Evans has 2. Ducks down 3, 9-6. 14:30 to play in the first half. Just getting rolling in a late one at Matthew Knight Arena. Minnesota works it ahead to Tyson, left corner. Kick out, swinging to the perimeter. Asama, one bounce, picks up the dribble. Ill-advised pass. Evans steals it. Evans knocked out of bounds by Asama. It'll stay Oregon basketball. Asama with a good hand to deflect that from Evans as he went up.
Good hustle by Asama. It looked like KJ Evans was going to have a wide open fast break dunk. Able to get back and swipe it out of bounds.
Ducks baseline out into Evans from Lynn. Evans dribbling, pass now to Simpkins. Swing around, Des Lindsay. First time he's touched the ball, he fires a 3, misses it a bit too strong. Pretty open from the left wing. 9-6, Minnesota still. 6 minutes into the game. Asama passes to Reynolds. Reynolds trying to drive. Hard down the right side. Stopped by Biddle. Kicks out Asama to Tyson now left side. 10 to shoot. Driving, pull up left mid post Jay. Off iron. Kicks long to Minnesota on the rebound. Shinholster. Pass around to Asama. Left wing. Asama dribbles. Passes to the middle of the floor. Reynolds to Grove now. Top of the circle. Grove. Pass, catch, Reynolds inside driving, deflected by Biddle, kept in bounds on the block to Evans. Evans now to Lynn. Ducks trailing 9-6. Biddle to Lynn. All above his head. Lynn now puts it on the deck. Swinging around. Now to Lindsay. Into Evans. Kick out to Lynn. Lynn, one dribble. Launches. Too strong. Minnesota rebound.
Oregon did a nice job getting the ball into the middle of the lane there, but a little misdirection goes a long ways. Don't settle for those contested threes.
Now Simpkins almost steals the ball for the Ducks. Minnesota able to keep possession. Asama driving. Kick out to Grove. Grove misses the 3 from the right side. Boy, decent look. Still 9-6. Scoring drought now for over 2 minutes for Minnesota. Ducks get it to Evans. Try to pass to Biddle. Deflects off the back of a defender. Good idea. Didn't execute. Second turnover for the Ducks. Reynolds looking to drive. Ducks didn't stop him. Misses the contested take as Grove grabs the miss. Slow it down now. Scoring drought of over 2 minutes and 15 seconds for both teams. Lynn now to the right elbow. Pass to Biddle. Deflected into the backcourt, almost stolen. Lynn able to run it down and keep possession. Now to Biddle, a 3. Nate Biddle.
That was such a tough shot. Everyone hustling back for the loose ball. Lynn kicks it ahead. Biddle says, why not?
9-all. Ducks had missed 6 straight before that one. Now 1 of their last 7. Minnesota 0 for its last 4. To the left corner, Minnesota trying to take advantage of a Duck hitting the deck. Asama misses it out of bounds. A much faster paced game than I anticipated.
Been impressed with number 2, Grove, for Minnesota. He's not a scorer, but he does all the little things right. He's around the basket. He's got his hand on a bunch of offensive tips, a couple of nice passes.
9-9, 11:41 to go in the first half. Here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Wherever you are in life, once a duck, always a duck. That's OCCU. Since 1956, OCCU has helped the University of Oregon community take flight financially, like our remarkable checking and duck debit card that give duck fans more for the things they care about, more for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Earn interest, show your duck devotion, and start earning more today. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit.
Your home for Oregon hoops. This is Duck Basketball from Learfield.
Relocating or renovating? Pod's epic savings event has been extended. Now save up to 25% on moving and storage until March 2nd. Whether you're relocating to a new home or renovating your current one, Pods brings the container to you so you can pack at your own pace. Then we'll take it to your new home or store it at a secure Pod storage center until you need it, so you don't have to do the driving. Save up to 25% and see why Pods is America's #1 container moving company. Book at pods.com today.
City of Hope, a place where seemingly impossible blood cancers become treatable, curable. With more than 19,000 bone marrow transplants performed, we're the largest and most successful program in the U.S., making major breakthroughs in treating leukemia, lymphoma, and multiple myeloma, personalizing a treatment plan right down to your DNA. Now the experts striving to make the impossible a reality are closer to home. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
The Ad Council.
Oregon basketball brought to you by our friends at Venmo. Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap. Venmo MasterCard issued by Bancorp Bank North America. Select schools available. Oregon basketball is also brought to you by Safeway, the official grocery partner and tailgate headquarters of the Oregon Ducks. 9-all.
Yeah, I think a key stat so far, almost 10 minutes gone by here in the first half, is Oregon's getting out-rebounded. And Minnesota's really undersized. Minnesota's got 10. Oregon's got 8. Oregon needs to limit Minnesota to just one shot. Don't give them an extra opportunity at the offensive end. Both teams kind of figuring it out right now. Haven't really got in great rhythm yet.
Yeah, Ducks are one of their last 7. Minnesota also one of its last 7. But a scoring drought of 324 for the Golden Gophers. Both teams shooting sub 30%. Tyson will inbound after the deflection out of bounds into Osama. Lynn defending. Pass now to Durkin, and up top, big man Grove catches at the top of the circle. Grove fakes, looks for a backdoor cutter, doesn't have it. Passes now. Durkin's got it. Right elbow, kicks to the right wing, looking to drive. Shinholster to Osama, and he misses a J. Over the top of the rim, Ducks rebound the air ball. Lynn runs point, tied at 9 here, under 12 to go, 11-15 in the first half. Simpkins to Lynn now. He passes to Simpkins again, back to Biddle up top. Biddle to Simpkins, thought about a 3. Now an entry to Biddle, went through his legs. Taken away by Minnesota around the free throw line. Still tied at 9. Golden Gopher ball. Osama. Bounce pass to a cutter to the rim. Grove fouled by Nate Biddle. He'll go to the line after missing the contested take.
Difficult pass on the other end. Nate Biddle's wide open in the middle. 7 feet tall. You got to throw that ball up in the air. Give him an opportunity to catch it.
10:53 remaining in the first half. Grove, a 23% foul shooter, and he hits it.
23%?
23%. He is 6 for 26 coming in. Now a cool 7 for 27 at the line.
At 23%, you might just think about using your other hand.
Would you go underhand?
I mean,
Rick Barry style?
Someone needs to tell him he's left-handed.
Wait for it. Short. He might be. He might be. Already 5 rebounds for KJ Evans after grabbing that one. Lynn's got it middle of the floor. Pass to Jamari Phillips. First time he's been in the game here tonight. He picks up his dribble. Bounces it to Lindsay. Ducks down by 1 to Lynn up top. Pass to Lindsay. Now Phillips. Phillips and to Lindsay with 5 to shoot. Moving around the perimeter. Lindsay trying to create some space. Kicks to Phillips. Phillips dribbling. Tries to create his own shot, and it's a shot clock violation.
Oregon kept the basketball on one side of the floor there. They need to get it from one side of the floor to the other.
You sound like Coach Altman.
Well, and attack the middle of the zone. Don't be so mechanical. Use a shot fake, a pass fake. Get the zone to shift. Get the ball into the middle and attack from there.
Reynolds to Grove now up top. Grove to Durkin. Durkin pass to Tyson. Help from a screen. Lindsay fighting through it, staying with the ball. Now a pass to Grove. Grove to Reynolds. Moving around the perimeter. Shinholster kicks. Durkin looking to spin toward the basket. Loses the handle. It should go to Oregon. It will.
It looked like that may have gone off of KJ Evans' foot. I don't think Minnesota saw it all the way on the other end of the floor.
Inbound to Lynn. All good. Lynn to Phillips. Now Lindsay tries to pass it to Evans, deflected by Minnesota and stolen. Phillips almost steals it right back, but instead fouls the ball handler Reynolds. Well, listen to some of these current trends. The Ducks are 1 of their last 7. Minnesota, 1 of its last 8. The Ducks have turned it over 3 times the last 2 minutes and 19 seconds, have not scored in 2 minutes and 19 seconds. 4 turnovers for the Ducks the last 4:49, and Minnesota does not have a field goal the last 5:21.
It's a defensive battle here at Matthew Knight Arena.
10-9 Minnesota. Durkin passes to Shinholster. A 3 from the left side, missed it, grazed the bottom of the net on an air ball. 10-9 Minnesota. 9:27 to go in the first half. Ducks work the ball to Lynn. He attacks the basket, bounce underneath the hoop, caught there by a Duck, kick out to Lindsay. Stewart with a good decision to kick it back out. Now Phillips and to Lynn. A 3, too strong. Offensive rebound, KJ Evans. Evans trying to go to work. Kick out, Phillips zips it over to Lindsay, right wing. Lindsay driving with 12 to shoot. Inside, Lindsay scores. Ducks lead 11-10.
And that's what Des Lindsay brings to the table. Little pass fake into the post. Got the zone to shift. Attack, nose to rim. Good finish with the left hand.
KJ Evans has 7 rebounds. 8:47 to play in the first half. Ducks by 1, and Phillips fouls Durkin in front of the Duck bench. That's his second. He's going to have to check out, I think.
Smart play there by Durkin. Anytime a defender, Murray Phillips kind of had his hand inside of his waistline, he just swept through, kind of caught his hand in the cookie jar there.
Minnesota had led since the 1839 mark. Now the Ducks in front here at the 8:45 mark. Minnesota ball trailing by 1. Durkin has it with 14 to shoot. He passes to Tyson. 3 from the left side. Bounces, no. Tip in, no. Rebound, ricochets onto the floor. Minnesota has it to Tyson again, left wing. He passes to Durkin, back to Tyson. Minnesota, 1 of its last 11 shooting. They're 4 of 18 from the floor for 22%. Reynolds to the top. Tyson loses the handle. Lindsay on the floor tying it up, and that's a held ball out of bounds. It points to Oregon with 8:16 to go in the first half. Ducks take possession back.
Might be a wet spot on the floor. Cade Tyson kind of shot fake, pivoted one direction, just went to the deck. Nice job by Oregon being the first to the floor, tying that ball up.
Evans, Simpkins, Biddle, Carter, Stewart. The original 5 for the Ducks out there here, coming up on the under 8 timeout. Working it around the perimeter, up by 1. Carter dishes it to Evans. Evans, right side, passes it to Carter. Now dribbling left side of the floor to the middle. Evans, swing to the right, Simpkins. Simpkins dribbles, throws it to the corner. Left side, Carter, triple. A little too strong from Carter. Tyson rebounds for Minnesota.
Minnesota is just packing that zone in, not really letting Oregon get it to the middle of the floor.
Durkin dribbling, passes left side, Shinholster. Now up top, Grove. Grove with a dribble. Handoff to Reynolds. Reynolds tries to drive, scores off the backboard. A little too easy to the basket there. He's got 4. It's 12-11. Minnesota retakes the lead. Carter with 7:18 to go in the first half. Now to Stewart inside to Biddle. Lost the handle out of bounds. And it's Minnesota ball with 7:15 remaining in the first half. I said it the first time out of the game, it was a little quicker pace than we thought. Since then, boy, has it slowed down.
It's been a defensive battle. Both teams 1 for 8 from the three-point line. A little sloppy on the offensive end. Oregon needs to get out in transition and find some rhythm offensively with an easy basket.
Minnesota 12, Oregon 11 with 7:15 remaining in the first half on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear Winter, Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. So you bring the action, and we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturers' websites as of 10/20/25.
Jess Sims is always looking to take her performance to the next level.
I'm facing you, then you're going to switch.
You got this, Jess.
We got this.
And she needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money.
Wow, the mental work.
Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us. Visit usbank.com today to get started. Member FDIC, copyright 2025 U.S. Bank.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food. But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Dear Winter, Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. So you bring the action, and we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturers' websites as of 10/20/25.
I want you to know. I said I want you to know right now. You've been good to me, baby.
Duck basketball sponsored by OCCU. Duck fans get more for the things they care about with remarkable checking in the Duck debit card. More for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit. Well, it's 12-11. Minnesota leads, and there's 7:15 to go in the first half. The Ducks are 2 of their last 10. The Gophers are 1 of their last 10. The turnovers, though, for Oregon, how about this? Ducks have turned it over 6 times. Don't look at the stats. How many points off turnovers does Minnesota have?
Probably not very many because they've only scored 12 points, but
1.
To be fair, the defensive intensity has been great at both ends. Both teams kind of mixing up their defense here. Minnesota's thrown a matchup zone at Oregon. It needs to really focus on executing, see what Coach Altman has drawn up out of this timeout.
Minnesota breaking the huddle. It'll be Evans, Stewart, Carter, Simpkins, Biddle. The same 5 as before the timeout and the same 5 in the Safeway starting lineup.
Oregon out in their 1-2-2 matchup zone, 3-quarter court. Trying to change the tempo of this game.
Isaac Osama, pass ahead to Durkin, crossing the timeline. Now it's Osama setting it up. He scored the first 5 for Minnesota, hasn't scored since. Osama bounces it here to Reynolds. Back to Osama. Catches up top, fakes, looks to drive, kicks back out Reynolds. Back to Osama. Open for a 3, short from the right side. Long rebound, Minnesota's Tyson. Gets Biddle in the air, steps to the cup, lays it in off the window. 14-11 Golden Gophers.
Nice little step through by Tyson. He kind of shows his versatility. He can do a little bit of everything out there for the Golden Gophers.
Simpkins here, pass to Evans, back to Simpkins. Ball above his head, zips it inside Biddle. Double team comes, they collapse on him, kick out. Simpkins is open, misses the 3 off to the left. Ricochets out of bounds. That's the right idea, though, right? Get it into Nate Biddle, draw the double team, collapse the defense, kick it out for a 3.
That was a good possession, good execution, inside out. Simpkins had the look that he wanted. I would have liked to seen him take a couple steps in, be right on that college 3-point line, but other than that, good possession.
Minnesota by 3, 14-11 with 6:16 to go. Coming up on the Toyota halftime. Gophers pass it away. Tyson, it's stolen. Stewart all alone runs the floor and dunks it in.
Head at the rim, looking down, the flush for Stewart.
14-13, Minnesota leads. Under 6 to play in the first half. An ill-advised pass by Minnesota around the top of the key. Ducks defended it well. Good activity defensively. Tyson now to Reynolds. And to the right side, Durkin. To Grove, swinging to the left wing. Catch there by Osama. Osama pass up top. Reynolds looks to drive into the middle of the lane. Stops on 2 feet. Tries to pass it. Kicked by Biddle. And that will stop play. A little bit of a late whistle as Biddle deflected it with his foot and then grabbed it, but it was a kick ball.
Well, Grove had Drew Carter pinned underneath the lane. Good awareness there by Biddle coming up with a kick ball. I'd like to see Oregon continue to press Minnesota. They only play 6 or 7 players, and it takes a lot of energy and effort to break the press every single time. I think that'll pay dividends in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. 30-second timeout here by Minnesota with 5:34 remaining. Minnesota 14, Oregon 13. How about only 3 fouls on Oregon and 1 on Minnesota in the first half?
And I think that's because Minnesota has held Oregon out on the perimeter, and really every time Oregon's tried to get it into the inside, it's just been a little bit of an errant pass. Continue to execute and try to get it to that high post, make the zone shift, play inside out. Really a coaching duel so far. You have to be impressed, though, with the way Minnesota's been executing and passing the ball at the offensive end, being so short-handed.
6 scholarship players from Minnesota here tonight. Baseline out of bounds, out of the timeout to Osama. Takes it from the right corner into the short corner and low block. He scores it. Minnesota up 16-13. Osama has 7. Carter now to Stewart, right back to Carter. Looking to Simpkins. Lob off the rim and the fingertips of Stewart, able to keep possession. Oh, pass to Simpkins. He's on the sideline and out of bounds. Man, Stewart, he was open on the lob.
Oregon flashed a big out of the post, and the opposite wing came in back screen Stewart. He was wide open for the lob. Drew Carter just kind of threw it right underneath the rim. He couldn't gather it.
The rim ended up being the defender. Osama crosses the timeline, spins away from a double team. Now to Reynolds. Carter out to defend him. Hand off to Durkin. Coming around to the top of the circle. Passes to the right wing. Osama. Now to Grove. Grove kicks it to the right side. Osama, 1 dribble, a 3 is good. Osama's heated up again. He scored the first 5. Now he scored the last 5. He has 10. Minnesota leads 19-13.
Nice shot fake. Got the defender to fly by and finish for Osama.
Biddle, left side, bounce inside to Stewart, and a reach, a whistle against Minnesota with 4:39 to go in the first half. A 6-point advantage for the Golden Gophers. Desdrick Lindsey is going to come back in. One of the standouts from the Penn State win for the Ducks. Oregon looking to make it 2 in a row here tonight.
A lot of teams will run zone and then go man-to-man on a baseline out of bounds. Minnesota stays in their matchup zone.
Carter baseline out. Doesn't have anybody immediately. Has to throw it to midcourt. Simpkins catches there. Setting up the half court. Simpkins to Lindsey. Back to Simpkins. Swing to the left side. Carter. 1 dribble. Pass to Lindsey. Now to Simpkins. Right side. Takes it toward the corner. Driving under the basket. Kick out Lindsey to Carter up top. Carter a dribble. Now hands to Biddle with 3. Biddle has to fire. Air ball out of bounds. And a shot clock violation. Actually, just give it to the 30-second violation. Osama grabbed it. It was headed out of bounds.
And I think Oregon probably got to get Biddle off the wing and down in the block and get that ball down inside there.
4:16 to go in the first half. 19-13 Minnesota. Reynolds Takes it toward the hole. Lynn cuts him off, fresh into the game. Reynolds, pass under the bucket. Extra kick out now to Tyson for 3, and he knocks it down. Minnesota's got it going a little bit now. An 8-0 run. They've hit their last 4. Minnesota up 22-13. Evans looking to answer. Drives, kicks. Simpkins a dribble. Pull up left elbow. Jay. Too strong. Rebound grab by Minnesota. And here come the Golden Gophers. This is the largest lead of the game. A 12-2 run in nearly 4 minutes. That 8-0 run, about 2 minutes for Minnesota. Left side, Reynolds with a 22-13 lead. Backing down Lynn. Reynolds to the left block. Double team comes. Reynolds doesn't have anybody. Throws it wildly to the perimeter. Minnesota keeps possession to Grove. Grove, right side, passes. Caught there by Tyson. Tyson with 1 to shoot. Passes it. 3 ball up and no good. Grove had to take it. He didn't hit it. 22-13 Minnesota. Simpkins trying to answer. A foul on Osama around the perimeter with 3:08 to go in the first half. That gives Oregon perhaps a much-needed timeout conversation.
Yeah, Oregon wants to talk this over a little bit. They need to find a way to change the tempo of this game. I think potentially a full court man-to-man press. Minnesota's so patient on offense, getting too many offensive rebounds right now, and Oregon just a little bit out of sync on the offensive end against this zone matchup that Minnesota's throwing at them.
22-13. Minnesota leads with 3:08 to go in the first half on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Duck fans, it's a great day for a Duck game. We got a big party going, and Kenny Wheaton has joined the party. Whoa, the Ducks are going to need some refreshments here. There's a Dang Green IPA from Hop Valley in the corner of the cooler. It's selected. It's selected. Kenny Wheaton's going to pour. Kenny Wheaton's going to pour. Dang Green, the most incredible choice for a football game.
The official craft beer of the Ducks is Dang Green.
Hop Valley Brewing Company, Portland, Oregon. Please celebrate responsibly.
You're listening to Duck Basketball on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
We just kind of knew from the beginning that we were family.
They showcased a sense of love that I never had before. I mean, he's not only my parent, like he's like my best friend.
At the end of the day, it's all been worth it. I wouldn't change a thing about our lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Duck Basketball brought to you by Les Schwab Tire Centers, proud to support Oregon basketball, where performance and reliability shine just like their top-rated tires. Now, it's a low-scoring affair, but Minnesota has started to heat up. An 8-0 run in 2:23. Gophers have suddenly hit 4 of their last 5, shooting 36%. Ducks are at 28% shooting. Scoring drought of 3 minutes for Oregon. You don't see a lot of 22-13s with 3:08 to go in a first half.
It's been a defensive battle, and I think a lot of good looks for both teams. Oregon's got to find a way to get into rhythm against this zone. A lot of times it's through misdirection with your eyes, with a shot fake, with a pass fake. Let the zone shift and then pass it to the man that you want. See one shot go in right here, open this game up for Oregon. Important 3 minutes to finish out this first half, Joe.
Evans, Lynn, Simpkins, Biddle, Lindsay on the floor for the Ducks, trying to end an 8-0 Minnesota run, trailing 22-13. Lindsay in to Lynn. Lynn working it around the perimeter. 18 to shoot now. Lynn looks to attack, passes to Evans. Evans dribbling middle of the floor. Now to Simpkins, inside to Biddle. Defense starting to collapse on him. Biddle going to work. He scores. Defense didn't collapse quick enough.
Good job by Oregon getting it in to the most effective offensive weapon, Nate Biddle, inside.
Now 22 to 15. Ducks end the 8-0 Minnesota run. Osama. Now Grove, swing around to the left. Durkin. Passes to Osama. Osama now over to the right side, faking a three. Minnesota keeping it now to Osama. Fans wanted to travel, didn't get it. Osama fakes, now fires. Evans blocks it at the shot clock. It's a violation. Great defense by KJ Evans.
Such a great defender. He stayed on the floor on the shot fake by Osama. Then he went back up, and Kwame so long comes up with the block there.
22-15 Minnesota. Lindsay to Simpkins. He gets it to Evans. Evans near the right elbow, tries to go to work, now backs out to the perimeter. Pass to Lynn. Lynn back to Evans. Open right corner three. Too strong. Rebound Minnesota. Good look. Reynolds across the timeline. Reynolds has it. Left side. Backing down. Lynn defending him. Kick out. Osama swinging around to the right side. Durkin with it. Now Osama middle of the floor. 6 to shoot. Passes to Durkin for three. Missed it. Lynn rebound. Bit too strong. Lynn trying to answer with the Ducks down 22-15. Bounce pass inside. Lindsay rises to the rim for two.
Courtesy of the amazing rim run post up, which acted as a screen by Biddle, gave Lindsay a direct line to the basket.
Now 22-17. Ducks closing in with 1:06 to go in the half. Trying to answer. Reynolds drives. Missed it. Kicks out on a long rebound. Left corner now. It's Reynolds. Into the middle of the lane. Reynolds passes under the bucket. Shot up. Missed by Grove. Boy, I'm saying missed a lot around the bucket here tonight. 22-17. Minnesota. Biddle. Transition triple. Too strong. Boarded by Osama.
About a 12-second shot clock, game clock differential.
22-17 Minnesota. Grove up top. Zips it to the left side. Tyson dish to Osama. Osama with 10. Only player in double figures. 10 to shoot now. Osama help from a screen. Looking to go down the right side. Lost the handle. Simpkins takes it. Sprints the other way. Misses the lay-in. Ball kicks out to Reynolds on a ricochet with 10 to play in the half. 5-point deficit. Ducks on deep. Reynolds around a screen. 2 to shoot. Puts up a shot off the side of the backboard at the buzzer. Minnesota 22. Oregon 17.
Tough break to end the half there. Great defensive stand by Simpkins. He comes up with the ball, wide open lane. It looked like there was a foul, a lot of contact. Just couldn't get that one to go down. Not a high-scoring affair here, but a lot of great hustle and defense on both ends.
Go to halftime. Minnesota 22 and Oregon 17 here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Listen to that endless pour. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. So good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Pepsi is proudly distributed by locally owned Bigfoot Beverages. Go Ducks, drink Pepsi. Hey, Duck fans, it's a great day for a Duck game. We got a big party going, and Kenny Wheaton has joined the party. Whoa, the Ducks are going to need some refreshments here. There's a Dang Green IPA from Hop Valley in the corner of the cooler. It's selected. Kenny Wheaton's going to pour. Dang Green, the most incredible choice for a football game.
The official craft beer of the Ducks is Dang Green.
Hop Valley Brewing Company, Portland, Oregon. Please celebrate responsibly.
Deep in the woods. Deep in the woods. This is the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're an HVAC technician and a call comes in, Grainger knows that you need a partner that helps you find the right product, fast and hassle-free. And you know that when the first problem of the day is a clanking blower motor, there's no need to break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product details, you're confident you'll soon have everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With VerboCare, help is always ready, before, during, and after your stay. We've planned for the plot twists, so support is always available. Because a great trip starts with peace of mind.
Never let them get into a car without you there? No, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Toyota Halftime Report on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield. Toyota, let's go places. A first half recap along with scores from the Big Ten and the rest of college basketball and the first half stats. They're all right here. Now let's go back courtside. Here again, Joey Mack.
Minnesota 22 and Oregon 17, lowest point total and a half this season for the Ducks. Maybe one bright side, though, Luke, you talk about the short rotation, the short bench for Minnesota. They've only played 6 guys. 20 minutes, Grayson Grove. 20 minutes, Cade Tyson. 19 minutes and 12 seconds for Langston Reynolds. Oregon, meanwhile, KJ Evans has played 19 minutes and 12 seconds. A couple guys have played more than 17, but Oregon's gone 8 guys deep. It'd be nice to get the transition going, especially against this Minnesota defense.
And attack them around the basket and draw fouls. All of those guys have played, nearly the entire first half, 20 minutes for 3 guys, basically, but no one's in foul trouble. And they've done a nice job disguising their defenses and switching it up from a 1-3-1 to a matchup and keeping the ball out of the middle of the floor. And Oregon needs to, maybe get KJ Evans around that high post free throw line, play inside out, try and get high lows there with Biddle. A huge thing in this game, though, is the rebounding battle. We talked about that in the pregame show. Minnesota with 21 rebounds, Oregon with only 16, Minnesota with 8 offensive rebounds for extra chance points. Oregon's got to keep them off the glass.
Overall, each team is shooting 30%. Minnesota, though, has attempted 7 more shots. They're 3 of 14 from 3. Ducks are 1 of 12 from 3. Only 3 fouls on each team here in the first half. Whew. It's going to rain threes in the second half.
Yeah, you're just going to have to wait and find out. Oregon, it's all up from here. Yeah. I think that Oregon sees one go in, everyone will settle down. It's a little bit of an anxious zone, and a couple guys miss shots, and just got to get back into rhythm, trust the offense, and execute. Don't settle for bad shots. Get great ones, which they can.
Only player in double figures is Isaac Osimo with 10 for Minnesota. Oregon trails 22-17 here on the Toyota halftime. Ashley Gentry's got some scores and some updates for you as we continue from Matthew Knight Arena. Ducks trail by 5 here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, college hoops fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day spirit. From the couch to courtside, Evan Williams is with you for every tip-off and buzzer beater. Because we might be divided by the score, but we're united by the pour. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and make this extra-aged Kentucky bourbon a part of your game day tradition. Go Ducks! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
Hello, is this Pacific Source Health Plans?
This is a health plan.
I'm trying to reach Pacific Source. I know I'll get a person on the phone when I call them.
What do you think I am?
I mean, you sound like a person.
That's what counts.
Automated systems can do a lot, even sound a lot like people. What automated systems can't do is offer the quality our members rely on, empathy. When you call Pacific Source Health Plans, you'll talk to a person who cares.
What did you say your name was?
Nexa 9000.
You're listening to Duck Basketball. Duck Basketball. Duck Basketball. On the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, you know having a trusted partner makes all the difference. That's why, hands down, you count on Grainger for auto reordering. With on-time restocks, your team will have the cut-resistant gloves they need at the start of their shift. And you can end your day knowing they've got safety well in hand. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ad Council.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my head back and come on now, so good to see you real.
The Toyota Halftime Report continues with a check of scores from around the country. Once again, to Ashley Gentry in the Learfield Network Studios.
Well, a low-scoring affair so far tonight at Matthew 9 Arena, and the visiting Golden Gophers have the lead over the Ducks 22-17. All other games for you tonight inside the Big Ten have gone final. Number 1, Michigan. Number 1 in the nation. Number 1 in the Big Ten. And they won this one on the road against number 7, Purdue. A top 10 matchup for you tonight inside the Big Ten. Final score, 91-80 in favor of the Wolverines. Then number 9, Nebraska on the road against Iowa. Nebraska just 2-3 in their last 5, looking to find some consistency and stay in the win column, but that wouldn't happen tonight. They get upset on the road by unranked Iowa, 57-52 your final score. UCLA taking a tough beating against number 15 Michigan State on the road. Spartans win that one 82-59. And another upset for you tonight, number 24 Wisconsin just sneaking into the top 25 with a big win over previously number 10 Michigan State. Goes down on the road to the Buckeyes of Ohio State, 86-69 your final score there. That's how it looks in the Big Ten. We've got some scores for you across the top 25 as well. But back at Matthew 9 Arena, Oregon trails Minnesota 22-17. We'll be back with more right after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Oregon Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Hey, Taylor, Duck fans know game day is serious business, but I hear Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking has been building something serious for 45 years, too.
That's right, Jerry. For 45 years, Rick's has been crafting decks, fences, and patio covers that stand the test of Northwest weather and tailgate season.
So whether you're grilling before tip-off or cheering from your patio, Rick's has you covered.
Built right, built Rick's.
Now that's champion craftsmanship.
Celebrate 45 years of Northwest craftsmanship at ricksfencingeugene.com.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, college hoops fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day spirit. From the couch to courtside, Evan Williams is with you for every tip-off and buzzer beater. Because we might be divided by the score, but we're united by the pour. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and make this extra-aged Kentucky bourbon a part of your game day tradition. Go Ducks! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus. Enjoy responsibly.
Shout a little bit louder now. Shout a little bit louder now. Shout a little bit louder now. Shout a little bit louder
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Oregon. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Oregon and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Oregon.
Welcome back inside the Learfield Network studios. We just took you around the rest of the Big Ten. Now time for a look at the top 25 as we await the start of the second half. Oregon trailing Minnesota 22-17. As for the top 25, all but one game has gone final, and that one would be number 13, Texas Tech on the road against Arizona State. We got about 8 minutes left in the first half, and it's knotted up at 20 apiece. We'll keep you updated on that one as we go along. But every other game, we've got a final for you outside of the Big Ten tonight. Number 12, Florida and South Carolina out of the SEC. Gators win at 76-62. Then NC State at home hosting number 16 North Carolina, an in-state rivalry, and it's the Wolfpack who walk away victorious and upset 82-58. Rhode Island also upsetting number 18 St. Louis on their own home court 81-76. Number 20 Louisville also falling to SMU 95-85. Tons of upsets for you tonight. Some other scores to report. We'll get you those at the conclusion of this one. But it is time for one more timeout, then back courtside for the start of the second half. Oregon trailing Minnesota 22-17, and tip off on the second half coming up right after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
For the win! Got it! Let's go!
Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis.
He's got it!
So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Go Ducks! This is Oregon basketball from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age. Everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
So to halftime, we're wrapping up at Matthew Knight Arena. Thanks to Ashley Gentry with all the scores, updates. 22-17, Minnesota leads, and this is not a football game.
Well, there were several times coming out of timeouts, I thought that Coach Altman drew up a great play. Had a lob twice. Oregon had lobs that were wide open. Just a little bit of an errant pass. Seeing Desrick Lindsay start the second half. A little bit better shooting than what Stewart can offer. Oregon just needs to trust the offense and get in rhythm. Try and get the ball to the middle of the floor against this Minnesota zone.
Zone defense for both teams has slowed down the opposing offense. See if some adjustments are made here at halftime. Minnesota ball. Left side, it's Durkin. He passes it to the middle. Caught there by Grove. Grove played all 20 minutes of the first half. Now to Osama, leading scorer in the game with 10. Osama deflected away by Lindsay, starting here in the second half to Carter, and the Ducks have a steal. Carter ahead, Lindsay. Ducks down by 5 with the ball. Cross-court pass to Evans right side. Evans Now to Carter, over to Lindsay, and then toward the left corner, it's Simpkins. Simpkins trying to go to work around the perimeter. Middle of the floor, around a screen to the right side, pull up near the right elbow. Jay, too strong. Minnesota boards it. Durkin.
Minnesota starting the second half just like the first half in a man-to-man defense.
Now Reynolds drives down the right side, cut off by Evans. Evans forces the pass out to Tyson. Now it's Durkin. Durkin to Reynolds. Reynolds to Grove. A three from Grove, and he hits it from the top. Grove is 3 of 6 from 3 on the year.
Not known for being a prolific shooter.
Lindsay now trying to answer. Down the right side with a drive. Finger roll. Good. Great answer from Des Lindsay. Oregon back within 6.
Lindsay always recognizes when the post has got their defender pinned and it acts as a screen. Good job getting into the lane.
Minnesota now a back cut. Tyson takes a bounce pass and easily dunks right down Broadway. 27-19 Gophers.
Minnesota is a great passing team as they come back out in their matchup zone.
Now Biddle, pass out to Lindsay to Simpkins left wing. Simpkins to Lindsay. Pass inside under the basket. Evans to work. Evans physical off the glass.
That was a grown man move there by KJ Evans. Just willed that basketball to go in. Very easily could have been called a foul. A lot of contact.
That's his first field goal. He has 4 points, 7 rebounds. Osama with it for Minnesota. Now Grove and pass to the left side. Tyson. He gets it to Durkin. Durkin looks to drive. Minnesota works it back out to Tyson. Now Reynolds driving past Evans. Kick out left corner. Osama taking it toward the hole. Bounce pass under the hoop. Grove able to score. Man, Minnesota is zipping the ball around on offense. They lead by 8.
They run a lot of that zoom action, curling, and then it just turns into drive and kick, and they pass the ball so well together.
Evans, pass good out of his own to Biddle under the basket, and he lays it in.
Good job by Oregon getting the ball to that high post. KJ Evans, a great passer. Could find Biddle underneath the basket for the 2.
17:07 to play, 29-23 Minnesota. Grove, now Tyson, up top, Reynolds. Reynolds takes a dribble. Now a 3, too strong. He was open. Box out, rebound by Nate Biddle. He outlets to Simpkins, to Carter, right back to Simpkins. 29-23, Minnesota leading. Lindsay accelerating toward the basket, and he's fouled on his way there.
Kind of an in and out move there on Grove. Attacked his hip. Good call by this officiating team.
16:43 to play. Only 6 combined fouls in the first half. 1 against Minnesota here. It goes on Grove in the second. Baseline out. Ducks get it to Simpkins. Now Lindsay up top. 17 to shoot. Pass goes to Simpkins. Simpkins to Carter. Right side back to Simpkins. Swing to the left. Lindsay. Lindsay zip under the basket. Biddle. 1 dribble. Powers his way up. Missed it off back iron and a whistle.
Like Durkin kind of slid underneath KJ Evans going for the offensive rebound. It'll be Oregon basketball starting to get a little bit of a rhythm here. Baseline out of bounds.
Durkin rebounding foul. And down to Biddle. Now Simpkins, left wing. Fakes, drives inside. Loses the handle. Ball ping-pongs around. Minnesota steals it away. Simpkins, little high dribble. Lost the handle. Maybe he's trying to pass to Evans. Ducks get back on D. Golden Gophers ball up 29-23. Minnesota's working it to the right side. Durkin. Pass to Reynolds. Left side now Tyson. Tyson getting toward the basket. Made contact with Simpkins. Missed the contested take. Rebounded by Oregon. Carter to Evans. Runs the floor. Evans awkwardly falls to the ground. No foul call. That'll send us to a timeout with 15:51 to go.
I think the attrition of just playing 6 or 7 players has been evident maybe the last 3 or 4 trips down on the offensive end. Some uncommon miscalculated shot attempts, I would say, at the Gophers. And I think that that's probably due to the fact that they've just all probably a little bit fatigued at this point in the game.
15:51 to play. It's Minnesota 29 and Oregon 23 here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear Winter, Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. So you bring the action, and we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Listen to that endless pour. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. So good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Pepsi is proudly distributed by locally owned Bigfoot Beverages. Go Ducks, drink Pepsi.
Dear Winter, Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, and that's more than any other auto brand. So you bring the action, and we'll bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Based on manufacturer's websites as of 10/20/25.
Come on now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on now.
15:51 to go, and Takai Simpkins is on the bench. He's not with the team in the huddle right now because he took some contact to the face during that last sequence. And Clay Jamison's over there with the towels, maybe a bloody nose.
He drove to the lane, kind of trying to slice through that zone defense, and he got a shot to the mouth. His lip was bleeding.
Lip. 29-23, Minnesota leads. Sean Stewart is in, along with Wei Lin, Sasha Komzisti for the first time, Des Lindsay, and Nate Biddle.
Oregon coming out in a man-to-man full-court press, trying to change the tempo of this game.
Minnesota inbound, Osama. Zips it in against some Oregon pressure in the backcourt. Lynn deflects it out of bounds. Minnesota, I think it deflected off Tyson. It's Oregon's ball. That was all Wei Lin. Tyson caught it on the sideline in front of the Duck bench. Lynn swatted it out of his hands, and it went off the Golden Gophers.
And something like that turnover is enough to get you going, get another possession, put pressure on this team that's so shorthanded. They're playing Iron Man basketball.
Lindsay, now Lynn, middle of the floor, over to the right, Komzisti. Komzisti back to Lindsay. Lindsay to Lynn. Lynn dribbling, lobbing inside. Komzisti trying to put one up. He's fouled by Minnesota's big man Grove. That might be a critical third foul on Grove here. It is on Grove.
Nice pass by Wei Lin. He didn't let his eyes betray him. He took a dribble like he was going to pass it over to the perimeter. And I think there's a discussion right now whether or not there's a shot, but it was a lob pass to Komzisti.
Yeah, Komzisti was going up. Yeah, he definitely motioned like he was going to shoot. They don't get the call, though, so the Ducks will instead inbound. Baseline out. Lynn smacks the ball, throws it to the midcourt. Biddle. 15:36 to play. Ducks down 29-23. Lynn driving, pulling up, hits the J. About 8 feet out, right side of the lane. That's his shot.
Good job by Lynn. Staying on balance. Mid-range jumper just pulled up on a dime.
29-25, Minnesota in front. Shinholster's in for the first time for Minnesota here in the second half. Now Tyson with it, passes to Osama, right back to Tyson. Middle lane drive, met by Biddle, blocked on an attempt. Ball ping-pongs around, ends up with Minnesota to Reynolds under the basket, passes it out of bounds, and it's not going to go to Minnesota. He tried to throw it off Biddle, ended up going out of bounds off the Golden Gophers. Oregon ball.
Reynolds turned underneath the basket. There was nowhere to go. Biddle did a nice job walling up and just giving him no space there.
Lynn, now Stewart. Stewart, lob under the basket. Biddle, touch off the glass, 2 points.
Good high-low action. Great pass by Stewart. Biddle working so hard on that low block.
29-27 Golden Gophers. Osama now, a 3 early in the shot clock. Back iron, Stewart muscles for the rebound. Oregon a chance to take the lead. Ducks have not led since the 9:03 mark in the first half when it was 11-10. Now Lindsay, left corner, fakes, doesn't take the 3, drives instead, throws to Kobzisti around the perimeter. Now Lynn. Lynn, right back to Lindsay, firing a 3 over the backboard and out of bounds.
The last 3 possessions, Oregon has had that high-low look, wide open. Just need to find a way to get it to the high post. Minnesota does such a nice job shrinking the floor, giving Oregon anything in the middle.
A little bit of Oregon pressure here. Minnesota passes out of it to Durkin. Advancing the ball across the timeline for the Gophers, leading by 2. Left side now, Tyson, pass to Reynolds, swing to the right. Shinholster to Durkin. 1 dribble to his left, now a 3 up. Bounces out, Biddle corrals it. Outlet, Simpkins, up the right side. Simpkins, lob in to Stewart. Stewart passes it. Biddle goes for the shot. No! Near the bucket, couldn't finish it. Minnesota the other way. Reynolds, offensive foul. Sean Stewart draws it.
And it looked like Reynolds, staying on the floor, went knee to knee with Sean Stewart as he drew that charge. Looks like he's going to be okay, just coming up limping. That can be so painful.
13:44 to go. 29-27 Minnesota.
That Oregon press has changed the tempo of this basketball game and really rushed Minnesota at the offensive end.
13:34 to play. Now Evans, right elbow, tries to pass to Stewart under the basket. A whistle blows on the pass attempt. The foul's going to go against Langston Reynolds of Minnesota. Reynolds now has 2. Lynn will inbound from the baseline. To Simpkins, open for a triple, missed it, and it kicks long to Evans. Now Kobzisti back to Evans, open the lefty for 3, good! Ducks lead 30-29. First lead since the 9:03 mark in the first half.
And you can credit that basket to Stewart getting a hand on it for the offensive rebound, and Minnesota wants to talk it over.
13:12 to go. Timeout, first called of the second half. Ducks 30, Golden Gophers 29. Oregon back in it with a 9-0 run in 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Minnesota 0 of its last 5, 3 turnovers the last 4.5 minutes, and a scoring drought of 4 minutes and 21 seconds for Minnesota. Defensive activities picked up. Ducks have hit some shots here in the second half. 6 of 12 from the floor, 50%.
And if I'm Coach Altman, I would stay in that man-to-man press. It's exhausting the Minnesota basketball team that's playing basically with 6 players, and you can see fatigue is starting to become a factor here in the second half with just a little bit over 13 minutes to play.
Ducks by 1 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
High-quality organic food should be available to everyone at a better value. That's why Safeway offers O Organics. Hundreds of USDA-certified organic products exclusively in our stores. From fruits and vegetables to chicken and olive oil and frozen treats to baby food, you'll find a huge selection of organic items for the whole family at Safeway. Food you feel good about eating and serving. Look for O Organics products throughout Safeway. O Organics. Organic for all.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food. But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Sick of gray, gloomy winter hibernation?
At Kohl's, you can make spring come early with colorful accents that brighten up your home, like vibrant cookware and decor, cozy bedding and towels. Plus, Kohl's Rewards members save 15% on home purchases. So shop Kohl's Home Refresh and move on to spring. The weather will catch up eventually. Select styles, offer ends March 1st. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Ducks 30, Golden Gophers 29, 13-12 remaining here at Matthew Knight Arena. Ducks have picked it up both offensively and defensively. The next field goal in the second half will equal the amount the Ducks had in the entire first half.
Oregon has done a nice job in the last 4 minutes, limiting to Minnesota to just one shot. They've got 9 offensive rebounds. And I think that Minnesota's a little bit fatigued right now. Keep putting the pressure on them on the defensive end with the full court press. And then on the offensive end, Oregon has just been going back to that high-low, get the ball to the high post, throw it in to the low block. And I would just keep on doing that, get Minnesota in foul trouble down low.
Grove on the bench with 3. And honestly, one of the differences has been that they have not been the same when he's on the bench. Hence, he's back out there after the Minnesota timeout with 3 fouls. 30-29 Oregon. Osama has it. Pass to Grove. Down Broadway. 2-hand jam. Minnesota's back in front. Boy, Grayson Grove's been a difference maker here for Minnesota. He's +8 in the plus-minus category. Best for the Gophers.
Really nice play out of a timeout. Little Spain action. Screen the screener for the dunk.
Now it's Evans. Passes to Stewart right under the basket. Stewart off window. Too strong. He missed the take.
That's the shot that you want. Right at the basket. Just got to finish around the rim.
31-30 Golden Gophers. Contested but makeable for Sean Stewart. Now Osama. He goes down the right side, lays it in with the left hand. Minnesota by 3, 33-30.
Osama's crafty. He had Grove kind of being the lead blocker. Very easily could have been a moving screen.
Lynn pass to Komziski right side at the wing. Now to Lynn. Lynn passes it inside to Minnesota. He was looking for Stewart. Grove was standing right there. 3-point Minnesota lead. They're trying to answer. Now Osama shaking loose. Pass to Dirk in a triple. Good. 6-point lead now for Minnesota. Ducks run a 9-0 run. Gophers have answered right back. Timeout, Oregon. That sends us to the under 12 with 11:41 to go. And, well, Minnesota just showed what can change out of a timeout.
Well, they went from running zoom action to Spain action, which is 3. It's almost like a wishbone offense on the basketball court. You have a point guard up top, a forward at the 3-point line, and another guard behind him. Guard comes off, then the guard in the lane screens the big, and you have to make decisions. Minnesota's such a great passing team. Good adjustment on the offensive end there by Coach Medved.
11:41 left. It's a 6-point lead. Minnesota's on a 7-0 run. Gophers up 36-30 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Oregon, not every injury happens on the court. Car wrecks, hospital mistakes, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers and 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $30 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Injured? Just dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan, 10150 Southwest 6th Avenue, Portland. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome. Cases may be referred or co-counseled.
Jess Sims is always looking to take her performance to the next level.
Mom's facing you, then you're going to switch.
You got this, Jess.
We got this.
And she needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money.
Wow, the mental work.
Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us. Visit usbank.com today to get started. Member FDIC, copyright 2025 U.S. Bank.
Did you know that 77% of people navigating addiction are still showing up every single day, working jobs, raising families, and carrying responsibilities? Addiction touches families, friends, and neighbors, but so does recovery. And here's where you come in. You could be the turning point that helps someone rewrite their story. At Willamette Family, we believe hope grows when it's shared. One flock, one game, one family at a time. Hope is now. Just like the Ducks succeed through teamwork, recovery happens through support. Visit WFTS.org today to learn how you can help change lives. Willamette Family, proud partner of Oregon Athletics.
Ducks are now in the Big Ten, and Hoodoo Ski Area has a big deal for all kids 10 and under. Kids ski and ride free all day, every day at Hoodoo. Hoodoo Ski Area, a locally owned and operated destination for winter fun, a proud supporter of Oregon Athletics. Oregon basketball is also brought to you by Coors Light. Choose Chill, proud partner of Oregon Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. Minnesota 36, Oregon 30.
This game easily in reach for Oregon. They just need to calm down, get the ball to the middle of the floor, make simple plays. Saw a couple turnovers there with no-look passes. Just make the hockey assists, get the ball moving, keep on pounding it inside. That's where they have their advantage. Minnesota doesn't have any shot blockers. As Nate Biddle comes on the floor, keep on feeding the big man in the post.
Biddle subs in along with Lindsey, Simpkins, Evans, and Carter. This is the five that started the second half for Dana Altman. Evans, sideline out of bounds. 11:40 to play. Ducks down 6. Carter, pass now to Evans. Evans to Simpkins. Simpkins back to Carter, left side with 14 to shoot. Now to Simpkins. Dribbles once. Passes from the right elbow to Evans. Hand off to Carter. Around to the left wing. 6 to shoot. Pass now to Evans. Underneath the basket. Nice find to Nate Biddle. Get it inside. Good things happen.
Good patience. Ball went one side of the floor to the other. Finally to the high post. Minnesota has no answer for Biddle down low.
Easy touch lay-in for Biddle. Ducks with a double team. It works. Pass out of it, though. Successful to Shinholster. 20 on the shot clock as Minnesota gets into the half-court offense. 36-32 Minnesota. Osama pulling up near the elbow. No, from the right side. Grove offensive rebound. Whistle blows. Foul against the Ducks.
Biddle came over to help contest the shot off the pick and roll, which allowed his man Grove to kind of come down the lane and get another offensive rebound. Minnesota's 10th offensive rebound.
10:51 remaining. Inbound, Grove catches up top now, handoff, Osama. Osama passes to Durkin. Back to Osama, middle of the floor, looking to swing to the right. Now gets it right back in middle of the floor. Around a screen, left elbow, driving, circles under the basket to the right mid-post, bounce pass. Tyson driving, and he's fouled.
No question about that call. KJ Evans kind of came over from the help side and really just grabbed his wrist on the way to the rim, preventing the lay-in.
Now Tyson at the line, shooting 2. Talking about that rebounding battle, Minnesota is leading 28-21 on the glass.
Plenty of time for Oregon to scrap and crawl back in this game.
First free throw, good. Second, too strong. Simpkins can't corral the rebound. Ball's on the floor. Ping pongs out to the perimeter where Osama grabs it. Tyson swings it around to Shinholster, driving left baseline by a defender for a poster slam. The rebounds.
Strong take. Help side didn't come over and a little bit too late. Great finish at the rim.
39-32, Golden Gophers. Simpkins to Lindsey now, left side. Lindsey gets it into Evans, left elbow. Swarmed, takes a dribble away from a defender, driving. No! Had a good look, really, but contested right block.
That basketball went all the way around the rim and did everything but go down. Good take there from Evans.
39-32 Minnesota. Osama for a 3. Rattles out. Dodged a bullet there. 39-32 with 9:42 to play. Simpkins to Lindsay. Now Biddle. Fakes. Now a bounce to Carter. Left corner. Carter dribbling to the wing. Passes it. Simpkins. Lob to Biddle. Right elbow. Biddle trying to muscle his way with 4 defenders around him. Passes it to Evans. Thought about a jump shot. Now to Simpkins. A long 3. Missed it from the top. Biddle grabs the rebound. To Evans. Now Carter to Simpkins' left wing. Driving. Simpkins tries to pass it to Biddle. It's stolen by Grove.
It's a good idea. Grove gambled on that play and was right that Simpkins was going to pass, but he had the lane to the basket.
Now Osama trying to drive down the right side, met by 2 defenders. Biddle takes it away from him. Pass ahead to Lindsay. Ducks have 2-on-1. Lindsay slam!
Oh my goodness. Lindsay from the upper deck attacking the rim, and it's got the fans up off their feet.
39-34 now. Oregon with some energy. Osama. Pass to Grove. Grove up top. Now Durkin. Pass to Osama. Tries to go into the middle of the lane. Kick back out all the way to the left corner. Tyson triple off rim. Simpkins board. 8:18 to go. Dunk firing up the Ducks. Now Evans driving himself. Pass off to Biddle. Biddle with a slam. Ducks within 3, 39-36. 8:03 to play. Nate Biddle with 15 now. Osama trying to answer. Pass to Grove. Now Tyson and Durkin. Left side 3-ball. Durkin good. Ducks did not close out on him well enough that time, and it's 42-36. Minnesota in front. Carter. Now to Lindsay. Lindsay passes it to Evans. Evans back to Lindsay around the perimeter. Entry pass in the middle of the lane. Simpkins tries to go up, misses with an air ball. Biddle corrals it, tries to go up himself. No good, deflects away. Minnesota fighting for the ball, and it goes to Minnesota out of bounds.
And I cannot believe the officials did not call a foul there on Biddle. He had gotten hit on his wrist, on his elbow, and the ball comes up short, but it was due to the contact. Tough break for the Ducks.
Time to shout with 7:25 to go. It's Minnesota 42 and Oregon 36 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
First Interstate Bank is the proud sponsor of the Community Hero Program. Throughout the year, Duck fans have been submitting stories about heroes in our community. And First Interstate Bank wants to recognize Summer Buck, a Navy veteran, female combat veteran, and proud Native American. Summer is a driving force for positive change in her community. She leads 2 nonprofits, writes grants for other organizations, and trains both nonprofit leaders and board members to succeed. Passionate about youth programs, she is launching a multi-million-dollar community center that will create lasting impact through strong partnerships. On behalf of First Interstate Bank, thank you, Summer Buck.
Your home for Oregon hoops. This is Duck basketball from Learfield.
This message is for Shauna, my mom who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
I'm coming home to the place that I remember, back to the land of my first love. Would you spread while you're all this way?
Shouting here at Matthew Knight Arena, where it's awfully quiet. Wasn't quiet when Desiree Lindsay threw down that dunk or when Nate Biddle followed with another.
it was definitely a little bit louder after Des Lindsay threw that down. He kind of has that bionic leg, just takes off. Powerful slam, gets the crowd alive. Oregon just needs 1-3 to go down to open this game up.
Oregon in the second half, 1 of 4 from 3, 2 of 16 in the game. Just one.
Just got to trust it.
And the ball movement will be critical here.
Oregon's done a nice job of getting the ball to the middle for the high-low. The entire coaching staff wanted a foul, kind of pleading with the officials in that last timeout. Looked like Biddle got hit on the arm. No call. It's tough at home.
Oregon basketball brought to you by Pacific Source with health coverage for individuals, families, employers, and Medicare eligibles. Pacific Source is the local health plan that does what's right, not just what's required. And by Kohl's. Find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. 7:25 left. 42-36 Minnesota. Ducks putting some pressure on Stewart. It'll be whistled for a trip against Tyson. That's the third against the Ducks, the first on Stewart with 7:23 to play. Minnesota inbound again. Osama advances to Durkin. Durkin now Osama, middle of the floor, setting things up with 21 to shoot. 42-36 Minnesota. Osama working to the right side, pass to Durkin, now Grove, and back to Durkin. Driving, kicking, right corner three. Short, off the rim, no good from Shinholster, but an offensive rebound out to Osama now. Osama working to Tyson. Tyson drives, blocked by Biddle, but a whistle.
Worked so hard defensively, come up with a stop, gather that rebound. Minnesota with their 12th offensive rebound of the game.
Somehow, Oregon is leading in second chance points 7-5. They're being out-rebounded on the offensive glass 12-5. Free throw good, 43-36. Minnesota now with 6:54 to go. Ducks do have the possession arrow right now. Tyson good on the free throw. Now 44-36. Reynolds coming back in for the Gophers. Lynn in for the Ducks, running point. Working it up top now to Stewart. Tries to pass off a hand. Simpkins keeps possession. Now to Lynn, right side. Dribble, pass. Simpkins, middle of the floor with 15 to shoot. Working it to Biddle. Right corner, Biddle trying to back down. Two defenders around him. Steps, passes to Stewart. Stewart, teardrop good from the middle of the lane. Biddle with a nice find.
Nice find by Biddle. Good patient move. Gathering, finding Stewart in the middle.
6:22 remaining. Ducks down 6. Minnesota with Grove up top. Passes now left side. Tyson, Reynolds, handoff back to Tyson. Fakes, dishes it. Right wing, Osama. Bounce pass to the corner, Grove. Now Osama at the corner. He fires a shot. Rebound goes long on the miss. Rebounding foul. It's on Sean Stewart as Osama pulled up toward the end of the shot clock. Didn't make it. And then Sean Stewart is called for the rebounding foul, the 5th against the Ducks, the 2nd on Stewart.
I think it's of note just the endurance of this Minnesota Gopher basketball team.
Minnesota baseline out of bounds. Into the corner, 3 up, and 2 strong from Durkin. He missed it from the right side. Ducks grab it this time. Lynn handles it with Oregon down 44-38. Pass to Lindsay. Lindsay now lobs to Evans. Evans from the top of the circle, passes under the basket. Biddle tied up by 3, 4, 5 defenders and turns it over. Reynolds setting it up the other way with 5.5 minutes to go. Ducks down 44-38. Awesome to the middle. Pass now to the top. Grove dishes. Awesome left side three. Good. Isaac Awesome is the leading scorer in the game now. He's tied Nate Biddle with 15. Awesome averages 11 a game. Now Biddle, zip under the basket, and Evans able to lay it in.
Nice catch by KJ Evans. The ball was deflected. Somehow was able to catch, gather, and finish under the rim.
Reynolds breaking Oregon pressure. Passes it off, and a lay-in good from Grove. Ducks did not stop the ball well enough with their press, and it's a 9-point lead for Minnesota. 4:45 to go, 49-40 Gophers. Lynn to Simpkins. Lynn now swing to Lindsay, into Biddle, under the basket. Evans, easy slam. Dana Altman tells the Ducks to get up. They're going to press. 49-42 Minnesota. Minnesota inbound. Grove. Ducks have hit 3 straight, 5 of their last 7. Reynolds crossing the timeline. Tries to pass under the basket, and it's kicked by the Ducks with 4:17 to go.
And Minnesota has ran that little dribble weave backdoor successfully. Oregon able to kick that one out of bounds.
Minnesota inbound. Pass to Reynolds. Reynolds dribbling middle of the floor, setting it up top of the circle. Pass now Awesome. Awesome, 4:08 to play. Dishes Reynolds, handoff, fake to Awesome. Pass now to Durkin. Comes around, steps for a 3 from the left side and hits it. He's hit that one a couple times. Durkin now with 11 points. He's 3 of 7 from the floor. 10-point lead. Oregon trying to answer. Biddle 3 quickly. Missed it right side transition. Offensive rebound Ducks. Goes long out to Lynn. Lynn stepping through the lane. Pass now to Simpkins. Back to Lynn up top. Under the basket now Biddle. Fakes. Defense collapses. His hook shot bounces out. His tip, no. Rebound Gophers. 3:33 to play. Minnesota leading 52-42. This is the largest lead of the game. 3:25 to go. Reynolds trying to accelerate by Lindsay. Down the left side, scores.
Reynolds is like
42.
Tight end. He's just big and strong.
Ducks now to Evans. Cross-court pass, Lynn. Tipped out of bounds. Awesome knocked it to the season ticket holders with 3:04 to go. 54-42, Minnesota leads. This is the largest lead of the game. Gophers have hit 4 straight field goals. Ducks need a big comeback here with 3:04 to go. Down 12 on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing zero sugar cola. Listen to that endless pour. If it sounds this good, just imagine how it tastes. So good. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
Pepsi is proudly distributed by locally owned Bigfoot Beverages. Go Ducks, drink Pepsi.
Today we're going to talk about deep breathing. Thing we all need to do more of, especially when you're getting ready to call your health plan and deal with one of those automated phone trees. You know how it feels to get into an endless phone loop when you just have a simple question that could take 2 minutes or less, and then you lost your person.
Shouldn't your health plan help you stress? Talk to a real person when you choose Pacific Source Health Plan.
Tranquility.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
Don't you make me wanna kick my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my head back and come on now.
Oregon basketball brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. And by Venmo. Score more with college branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap. And And also by Pepsi, Bigfoot Beverages, the Pepsi Go Ducks Game Day app. Download the app, follow the Ducks, go Ducks, drink Pepsi. Minnesota pulling away here, leading 54-42. You know, the Golden Gophers are shooting 52.2% in the second half. Both teams have shot it much better in the second half, but Oregon on pace for perhaps under 50 points here tonight. Don't see that very often.
So to have a point guard with experience, and I think a game like this, playing against the zone, Oregon really misses Jackson Shellstead in this situation, execution-wise, getting the ball into the post, and there's still enough time to get back to a 3:04. 12. Oregon needs to hit a couple threes and create some turnovers in the press.
Oregon scored 55 points in the loss at then number 8 Nebraska. We got 42 here tonight with 3:04 to go. Lynn now to Evans, looking to drive. Evans does. Kicks. Simpkins, 3 off iron.
Good driving kick there. KJ Evans on balance in the bottom of the net.
Yeah, just didn't hit that left side 3. Now Reynolds answering, driving down the right side, draws contact and a foul. Simpkins has 0 points here tonight. He's 0 of 10 from the floor and 0 of 5 from
games like that where it's not going down, you got to find a way to the line, come up with the big steal. You'll take a charge, do all the little things that matter.
Reynolds at the line. Foul went on Simpkins, his second. Reynolds hits the free throw. 55-42. Seven points at the line, Reynolds. Bounces it in. 56-42. Minnesota in front. Lynn passes left side, Carter. Works it around to the right side. Now back to Lynn. A contested 3. In and out. 56-42 with 2:24 to go. Gophers on a 7-0 run. 4 straight makes. All the Ducks have missed their last 4. A scoring drought of over 2 minutes for Oregon. Reynolds driving, circling back to the perimeter. Now Tyson going toward the cup, fouled by Evans. He'll go to the line for 2.
Now, just when you think Minnesota is going to take some time off the clock in the last few possessions, just attack the rim, draw a couple fouls, constantly keeping this Oregon defense off balance.
It's a 7th foul against Oregon. Second on Evans. Tyson hits the free throw. $57-42, 2:12 left on the game clock as the second free throw goes down to make it 58-42. Now Evans in the middle of the lane loses a shoe and maybe took a foul in order to lose that shoe.
That's when you know you're cutting hard, Joey.
That's right.
You're down low in a stance, shoe flies off.
I think got untied completely. Don't see that too often.
Slow motion replay would reveal the defender untied that shoe.
That's right. 2:03 remaining. Lynn baseline out. Gets it into Evans. Got that shoe relaced. Now Evans to Biddle. Top of the circle. Biddle to Lindsay. Left side 3. Bounces out. Pretty good look. Looked online. Didn't go down. Oregon now 2 of 20 from 3 in the game. 10%. 58-42 Minnesota with 1:40 to play. Reynolds with Lindsay defending him. Tries to go down the left side. Reynolds stops at the mid-post. Kick out. Grove a triple. Grove banks it in. Grove has 13 points, and he on the season is now 5 of 8 from 3. He's 2 of 2 in the game. Evans tries to answer, does a jump shot at the right elbow to make it 61-44. 13 now for KJ. 2 Ducks in double figures. Nate Biddle leads Oregon with 15. 61-44. Minute left. Osama to Grove. Now to the left side, Tyson and Reynolds. Handoff. Tyson comes around, passes to Reynolds around the perimeter with 5 to shoot. Tyson back to Reynolds. He'll look to drive, kick, shot clock at the buzzer. Bounces off the side of the rim on the 3 from Durkin. It was contested well by the Ducks. 38 seconds to play. 61-44 Minnesota. Evans right elbow Jay again. Missed it. Biddle tipping the rebound, ends up with Minnesota. Just about a second and a half between the shot clock and the game clock. Well, credit Minnesota for closing out this game. 12-2 run the last 3:33. The Ducks led 30-29 at the 13:24 mark. And Minnesota, the last few minutes, able to pull away. Gophers made 5 of their last 6 here. Ducks 1 of their last 7. Final horn will sound.
I think there was 0.7 left.
0.7 on the clock. So Evans will inbound it from the sideline once they set things to 1.2. Evans gets it into Lynn, and that will allow the final buzzer to sound. Minnesota closed it out 61-44. Ducks drop this one to move to 9-17 and 2-13 in conference. Post-game show coming here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Wherever you are in life, once a duck, always a duck. That's OCCU. Since 1956, OCCU has helped the University of Oregon community take flight financially, like our remarkable checking and duck debit card that give duck fans more for the things they care about, more for the game, more for gear, more for a bright future. Earn interest, show your duck devotion, and start earning more today. Learn more at myoccu.org/getduckdebit.
You're listening to Duck Basketball on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
If you're an HVAC technician and a call comes in, Grainger knows that you need a partner that helps you find the right product, fast and hassle-free. And you know that when the first problem of the day is a clanking blower motor, there's no need to break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product details, you're confident you'll soon have everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In Las Vegas, everything is a gamble. And on February 21st, the champion risks it all. Live exclusively on DAZN, Mario Barrios. He doesn't just defend the belt. He punishes anyone who comes for it. And this time, the stakes have never been higher. Ryan Garcia, the challenger, the superstar. A world title is within his reach. Can he turn hype into history? One fight rewrites everything.
This one really feels like it could go either way.
Don't miss Barrios versus Garcia, February 21st. Watch only on DAZN.
Council.
This is the Oregon Basketball Postgame Show. Scores, highlights, and a full game recap are all right here on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield. Back to courtside. Here again, Joey Mack.
Well, a tough one as the Golden Gophers do pull away and finish this one off with a 12-2 run, the final 4:03. Was anything different to your coaching eyes there in the last 4 minutes? Seemed like Minnesota just executed well and Ducks just ran out of gas.
I think the key stat in the game is probably the 13 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
It was back and forth, and it looked like Minnesota was about to run out of gas, and Oregon was going on a little bit of a run. Des Lindsey comes out, gets a dunk. Biddle gets a dunk, and then Sean Stewart gets a little floater in the lane, and okay, the crowd's on their feet and looked like Oregon was going to turn it around. And then there was 3 or 4 possessions in a row where Minnesota started to believe again because they got second chance opportunities, and those are just daggers. After you work so hard defensively, you have to tip your cap to the way Minnesota executed, being shorthanded, 6 guys, 6 scholarship players on that team, lots of backdoors, zoom action, Spain action, and they just had a little bit more. And it was one of those nights. I mean, you've got a guy like Grayson Grove who shoots 20% from the free throw line out there, banking in threes, and it just wasn't Oregon's night from behind the 3-point line.
You said it. I mean, that sums it up. He goes 2 of 4 from 3 in the game. All season, he was 3 of 6. I guess he's right on his average, 50%.
Well, at least he was honest about it. He was all smiles after he hit both of those threes, and I think he was just as surprised as everyone